I'm Chloe Fox and I'm a partnered content creator on twitch.tv, and today I'll be running over the basics of hunting in 7 Days to Die. Animals provide essential ingredients in the game to not only help keep your hunger at bay, but also provide hides for making early game clothing and armor, and my favorite, the paintbrush. The hide from animals can also be used to make leather, which is an ingredient needed to make an array of items, such as the very important forge, the crossbow, some furniture, and advanced armor, amongst other things. Since Alpha 16 hit, I've been reading a lot of forum posts of people complaining that they can't find animals anymore. I think up to this point, we've really all been so spoiled when it's come to the sheer abundancy of animals on the map. They were everywhere, and you never really had to run far or look hard for anything. And this wasn't just relating to food, it was relating to everything in the game. The server I play on, for example, I heard of people finding 5 calipers in one day. Like, it was just all too much. I think with less animals now, it's a lot more realistic and immersive. Animals are no longer handed to us on a silver platter, and I think that's a really good thing for the game. So let's get hunting. To start, you will need a weapon to kill an animal with. There are obviously a lot of different ways to kill an animal, but personally, I like to use the trusty bow and arrow for a few reasons. Number one, you can get it in early game. It's really not hard to make. Secondly, I like it for the reason of getting the first sneak attack in on the animal, which will actually give you a two times sneak damage bonus if you hit them in the head. And if your archery is high enough in skill, this will be a one-shot kill, which is, you know, GG. Good work there. Not only that, but boars do attack once you hit them. So do bears, but we won't worry about bears at the moment. So being able to be a slight distance away when you first hit them will give you enough time to reload and damage them again before they actually reach you. To make a bow, you will need 8 pieces of wood and 3 plant fibers. You'll also need wood to make the arrows, so make sure you chop a lot of wood. Firstly, punch some grass and obtain 3 plant fibers, and then use your stone axe on a tree to obtain the wood, and then craft the bow through the crafting menu. To make arrows, you will need 1 small stone, 1 piece of wood, and 1 feather per arrow. In my opinion, you can never have too many arrows, so try to make sure you have a lot of these materials on hand all the time, because they'll really come in handy. Firstly, find bird nests on the ground and obtain the feathers. Small stones can be gathered either by finding them on the ground or chipping away at a boulder with your stone axe. I actually really like obtaining small stones from the cinder blocks that you find on the roads. They're quite easy to destroy with a stone axe, and they give you 14 small stones, which is really good. You should already also have the wood. As previously discussed, with making the bow, you'll need a lot of wood, so make sure you always have a lot of wood on you. And then again, craft the arrows by pressing tab and navigating to the arrows in the crafting menu. The second thing that you're going to need is a tool to cut up the animal and get the meat from, etc. I always use a machete, but you will not have this at the start of the game, so I would definitely recommend using a bone shiv, which is really easy to make. It can be made from a large bone. You can get large bones from zombie corpses, so first make your bow and arrows, then kill a zombie and use your stone axe on the corpse to obtain the bone. Then go into your inventory and use said bone to craft a bone shiv. Just as a guide, using a stone axe to harvest your meat from an animal will give you 50% of the overall meat that it could potentially provide, while the bone shiv yields 70%, and then the hunting knife and the machete give you 100% of the spoils. A bone shiv is by far the easiest to obtain early in the game, so definitely use that. To actually find animals, I like to hunt in either the maple forest biome or the pine forest biome. I definitely find the most bears and stags there, and there are also biomes that are a little bit more gentle on you, meaning you won't suffer hypothermia or heat stroke or run into zombie dogs, cactuses, or landmines. If you play on a public server, my suggestion would be to hunt in areas that are not populated by players, because obviously more players equals less animals due to everyone hunting them in the same area. Just run around in the areas I've previously mentioned and you're sure to come across animals. When you find a stag, stay as far away from it as you can while still being able to land a good, clean shot to its head. If it senses you, it will run, which can make it tricky to line up a good shot. Crouching does more damage, so crouch, aim, and shoot. If you don't hit it in the head and only wound it, remember that in this game, animals do bleed out, so you'll just have to chase it until it dies, or you can try and hit it again. It's really up to you. Then lastly, use your handy bone shiv on the body to harvest your meat, hides, animal fat, and bone. All done. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch this guide. Hopefully it was helpful and informative. If there are any specific how-to videos that you would like to see in regards to 7 Days to Die, please let me know in the comments below.